Good. So, the four seasons of life is my presentation, and it's not loaded. So, spring is the beginning of life, when you give life to another human being and allow them to blossom up and grow. Summer, when you gain experiences, you overcome obstacles, and you get new encounters, and you essentially live your life. Fall is when your health begins to diminish, and winter is when it's the end of your life, essentially death. My name is Jesse Barney, and I did my internship at Renown Hospital, and I got interested in medicine during my junior year in high school when I took anatomy and physiology, and I thought this GAY program was a perfect opportunity for me to explore further into the medical field to see if it was really what I wanted to do. And it was a good experience. So summer, I've seen broken bones, narcotics, alcoholics, car accidents. This all constitutes as summer, living your life. There's pain in every day, and if you get pain and it's serious, you might need to go to the emergency room. And probably the most exciting day I was in the ER was when the Walmart shootings were. You guys remember the Walmart shootings?
Yeah.
Yes. So I went to the hospital from 9, and then a little bit after that, there was a page that there was going to be a trauma with multiple traumas coming in, with the potential multiple traumas coming in. And 30 minutes later, a patient showed up, and he had a gunshot wound, and a couple more patients showed up later with gunshot wounds. It was really exciting because I got to see it from beginning to end. I saw them come into the trauma room and then go into the OR. So I saw it from beginning to end. But probably the coolest part was when I saw on the news that it was actually happening, and I was in ER watching it unfold before my eyes. It was really exciting. And then we move on to the fall. And the fall is when I say heart attacks, strokes, anything in that nature. And there's actually a sector of the ER that is dedicated just to these type of medical problems called the Red Pod. And while I was in my internship, I got to see 2 codes. And a code is whenever you go into a critical condition. And during these 2 codes, I saw a patient who was having irregular heart rhythms. So the oxygen wasn't completely going to the cells that needed it. So in order to save the patient, the doctor gave the patient, an electrical shock to regulate the heart rhythms and essentially saved her life. And then my other code I saw was this woman, patient. She went into a cardiac arrest of some kind, and the team of doctors and nurses and techs needed to give her CPR and breathe for her so her cells would not die, and essentially saved her life. It was awesome because she actually flatlined, and they brought her back to life, and it was really cool because I was there to see that as well. This is exactly what the type of things I wanted to see, was doctors in action of doing what they do the best. And then we move on to winter, and this is the most painful season because it involves death. And during my internship, I saw 2 occurrences of death, but the most significant was the first one because I actually had to put the body in the body bag, and that was really difficult, and it really changes your life. It puts your life in perspective because here's a body, and like I'm 17 years old, and it makes me realize how fast life could go. And that really was a truly wonderful experience, painful, but something that is necessary to go through in the medical field because there's a potential for death being there every day. But with every winter, there is going to be a spring that follows. And there is a section of the ER that is dedicated just to pediatrics 0 to 18 years old, called the Yellow Pod Pediatrics. And I was unfortunate enough to see and intern in the Yellow Pod. However, there was a situation involving a mother, a little boy, and a baby. Luckily, neither of them were injured. They were in a car accident. And however, the baby's only concern was it had a dirty diaper, and they wanted a clean one. So me and the tech I was shadowing had to go around the hospital looking for a diaper for this baby, so it stopped crying. And it was definitely a good change of pace from seeing a deceased patient to seeing a baby. So it was really cool. So with that, the seasons of life is a beautiful but painful cycle to go through. And it's really cool I got to experience all four of them. You can experience them all in one day in the emergency room. There's a variety of injuries that you can see. And for my future, because of the GATE program, I am actually taking emergency medical technician classes at REMSA, and I started last week. And without this program, I wouldn't be able to get my foot in the door, and it would propel me to do what I hopefully want to do in the medical field. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank my mentor, Mike Poland, for giving me the chance to actually work in the emergency room, and my two GATE teachers to give me the chance to experience what I want to do.